Good morning, I'm PolarizedMoon, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, or as it's called here, Stanley Parable 2. I don't actually know if this is actually Stanley Parable 2, or if it's just a joke that they're doing now. So, I have no idea. This game is so meta half the time that I absolutely don't understand.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Yes.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Fantastic.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Fantastic.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
Fantastic.
And although others might
Is there anything different about this opening?
Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly.
If I skip this, will he do something weird? No? Oh, achievement unlocked. Welcome back. Thank you. This is my second recording session. And when I booted it up, it told me
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Figurine Finders Committee meeting today in the meeting room. That's hilarious. I don't... Whoa. How long has that been there? There's so many random things. I know that one of these doors, if we click it a bunch...
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Fantastic. So the meeting room is...
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Meeting room's over here? Yeah? Yeah, okay. Is there a... Ooh! How can we find... Whoa. Trust the completionist instinct. How can we find them? Bottom text. Well, we know. Small floating objects have appeared across the office. We have to synergize our resources to ensure their retrieval. There are many questions. There was no memo from management. How do you spot one? What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? Source of levitation. Follow clues provided by employee 416. We can do it. Red room. To whom may concern, I managed to pick up sounds unusual, regular office ambience of local... Thank you, good luck. Cardioid microphone, known as directional mic. This is a cardioid microphone. Actually, this can turn into an Omni or a figure 8. So this is a multi-directional microphone. But currently I have it set at cardioid. Analysis of the recordings allowed me to triangulate the source of the strange noise. All likelihood it's coming from the dark area behind the very warm place. Picked up what looks to be reverberance off porcelain surface. Anyone have any leads on this? Wouldn't you like to know? Okay, I found one in the bathroom, so that's probably the one... Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This investigation, this room, they feel pointless. There will be a reward for finding them all. So do these have... I guess these have hints on where they potentially could be found. Ah, interesting. Warehouse access plan. Produce one plank to follow. Construct bridge. Construct new structurally sound bridge. Oh, interesting. Mission status. Are these the ones I've actually collected? A private but smelly place. Nearby a fireplace inside of a sequel exhibit. Large room, locks of boxes. Something to do with stairs. Somewhere both red and blue. Interesting. I do want to find that. Can I open this again? I can. Let's, wait. Is there... No. Okay, something to do with stairs.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Aha!
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies.
Figlies! Oh, Figlies is fantastic.
Encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1. Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Figlies. Figlies is fantastic. Okay, so I found another one. So if I go back, will it tell me that I found... Oh, I can't go back yet. Okay, so I found the one in the bathroom. Yeah, let's go down and see if I can find one that's both red and blue.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy...
This is where we loop around the hallway, right?
All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then...
Yeah.
Something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday
bucket. No.
Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience.
I lost the bucket.
The psychologically grounding presence of his bucket.
Oh no.
And indeed.
Oh no.
Now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Oh.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me! The bucket!
It's me, the bucket!
He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his.
Oh my
None
God.
of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley! Find me!
He had to find the bucket.
Oh, no.
He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from.
Inside his own head?
The real bucket was inside of him all along.
Uh-oh.
It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Okay. Fantastic. I had a bucket.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh, usually this is where Stanley
Mariella
dies
woke up on a day like any other.
out
She
in the...
rose,
Yeah.
got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work.
Yeah.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him.
Oh no.
Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her
I was looking at the
absolute guidance and total clarity
license plate there. It looks like it might be important.
To herself, my life
69
kicks ass, and she backflipped all the way to work.
7G or something? I wonder if that's important or if that's just... I don't remember if I noticed that the first time I played this. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps the confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
So...
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his...
somewhere red and...
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him.
Red and
telling him
green.
That the
Would it be the...
employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was it... No. Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
This is the row of boxes, right?
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there.
Oh.
Go to the cargo lift.
Ooh. Yeah, here we go. Cool.
You're
Yeah.
getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anmarines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them.
My God.
And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler Anmarines. None of us can.
So where does this go now? Oh, did I just die? Oh, interesting. Oh no, what? Oh, we're somewhere new now. Whoa. What do these say? Can't really zoom in on them. Narrator. Time to wake up. Can I, so do I, okay.
Okay, this is day number 295, tape number, I don't even know, I've lost track.
Evidence
Nothing
252.
feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria.
What happens if I go here without the bucket?
Every time
I don't
pick
remember
it
this
up,
from before.
no matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it.
This bucket seems like an SCP.
It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get me.
Uh-oh.
What's that? Who's there? Camporata.
Gamborata? Is that like Latin for bucket? That'd be hilarious. Wow, okay. That was interesting.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Okay.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
So where...
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest, and this was not...
Okay, I'm trying to remember where the red and green
Stanley
room
had felt
is.
the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room. And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Is it down here? I absolutely do not remember where the red and blue room is. Because there's the other red and blue doors.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Oh my god.
You see, your friends and I are concerned.
It's the adventure line.
We've come together here because we care about you.
Are these
very
all the
much.
dumb endings?
It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the
Raw
one who gave you
assets.
the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line?
I do, yes.
We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new.
Ooh.
Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Ooh.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Yeah! Adventure Line Part 2. Da da dum da. Dum da da dum da dum da. Dum da da dum da. Yes! Adventure Line.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Oh, I have to give up the bucket. Okay, cool. I love this. Oh my god. Is there a thing down here that I'm gonna have to choose?
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead
can
now,
I...
Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
I'm assuming that there's something else I can do here. Ah.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters?
You know what?
Well, you see,
Okay, hold on.
if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire
Oh.
to crush buckets is so densely
Can I-
loaded
I
with
can't-
complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What
Oh,
other
it won't-
object in this
it
game
won't let
do
me.
you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed
Good.
it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans
I'm
what they
trying.
want. Hurry and...
Oh, it exploded. It wouldn't let me do it. Okay. I like that. That was great. Whoa.
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Fantastic. You know, if they ever do a remake of Soul Reaver, this narrator could be the guy who plays the Elder God. Tony J sadly passed away, and his voice is a voice of legend. But this dude has that same type of charisma.
All his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had...
Bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone
Oh.
here. Not truly alone. Not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This
Nope.
was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was no... Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting.
Okay, I'm gonna actually go across this the way you're supposed to this time.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. A cargo lift, yeah. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
All right.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Dark room. I don't see a dark room. Oh, that dark room. Okay. Oh, it was a loading screen. No, thank you.
Now pick up the...
Whoa, hold
Yep.
on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here.
Oh,
Let's
my
take a
God.
look.
Fantastic.
What is...
Oh, my
comedic
God.
timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies?
What?
And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes.
But one of
Let's
those is
dive deeper.
not a yes or no question.
If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body.
What?
These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
Is he gonna call me out for not doing it? That'd be hilarious.
Good. This saying
Oh,
is a perfect
okay.
example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian.
Oh
An
my
effective
God.
survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all,
Oh my God.
with each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threatened our very
What?
existence, and to
Excuse
very likely
me?
die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Oh, what did that? There was something else in there.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward
The two doors.
is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Yes, there we go. Is this how we get to the two red doors?
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me.
I'm not even allowed to jump off this time.
Video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now? Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Fantastic. This is hilarious. Okay. Okay, where is the other room? Maybe maybe I can get it more information from that actual meeting room.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
What happens if I actually do go into the door on the left?
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way
Oh, this
I can
isn't
make
the
comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers.
Can't even go down the stairs now.
I'm shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Oh, what?
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Nope.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back. Here we go.
Oh, this is the
When
ending
Stanley
where
and the
you
bucket
like
came to a set of two open doors. They entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back.
Yeah, this is the one where if I keep doing this,
Here
it
we
would
go.
originally
You
play
ready?
the
When Stanley
ending
and
credits,
the
I think.
bucket came to a set of two open doors. They entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back. Here we go.
Do I have
You
to go
ready?
through the other one this time?
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
I think one of these had like a secret like door you could go through somewhere else. Oh, what's going on here?
What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy.
Oh, no.
I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again.
Okay.
Yes, surely that will help me improve my...
Oh, yeah. Okay, the game is... Yeah, the end.
You love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No?
So, this is the original ending, but with a bucket now. I will be trying... I have heard that there is a second new ending with a new credit sequence, and I'm going to be looking for that. I don't know where it is. I don't know how to get it. If I end up playing a whole bunch of episodes and get to a point where I don't know what I'm doing, I will then look up how to get to the new ending.
Which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos.
Yeah, because now I am no... Sorry, Leroy. Now I am no longer in the... So now I think the narrator isn't with me.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was. The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, things are still different again. Okay, now we've got this room again. Oh, did it just change in here? So we got somewhere both red and blue. So I need to find that, and that's the last one left. Looks like 427. 5. I gotta collect them all. I wanna go home. Lies. Okay. So maybe there's information on how to get to the warehouse access plan. Produce 1 plank. Construct a bridge for all construction of shiny floor. Float. Retrieve Chris's remains from warehouse floor. Construct new and structurally sound bridge. Ideas. What do they want? Weird spinning figures. Artist rendering. Okay. Nope. Nothing in there.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oh, no, that's not the, okay. No, we're going up to the office. Maybe we need to go to the other area. Oh. We can go through the elevator. That's new. Or I think we were able to do this at some point before. I don't remember where this leads. People use this song all the time in YouTube videos for like waiting sequences. It's really funny. Is that the narrator talking in the background? It's like every so often I hear a voice. Okay, wait, what? Can I go down? Okay, interesting. I don't understand. I don't understand. And up. I did up on both. Maybe that'll get us to where we need to go. I don't remember what this leads to in the original game. I do remember we were able to open those doors in the back at some point, I think. But I don't remember it leading to an elevator. Okay, and this will just lead us back. Yeah, I have no idea. There is a way to...
Stepping
oh
into
god,
his manager's
scared
office,
me.
Stanley was
I
once
think you
again
can go
stunned
back out
to
through
discover
that.
not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
What was it? 4...
Even now, in his darkest of hours,
4278?
did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds
I don't remember
of
what the...
confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would. and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
2845.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay. Oh, can I get up there? Yeah, I have no idea what new or old things there are here. Alright. Let's go. Can I go up from here? No, I have to hit down. Okay, so I'm going to take the left path this time. Because I don't think we've done that yet in this playthrough. So let's do that.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Doesn't this lead to, like, the baby game ending? Which...
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large
Escape.
door that read, Mind Control. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death. The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nope.
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Yes. Absolutely. Okay, cool. This is where those, like, the pounders are. Yep. Perfect.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out
Oh, no.
to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease.
I don't think we
to
actually
embrace the
die here. I think
bucket, but
there's...
what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be
We
crushed
go
to
down
death?
there, I think?
This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh, no. What would be the purpose of this thing, even?
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
Yeah. Stanley Parable.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
The bucket. Welcomes you to the grand exhibit. You are now standing in the precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within. A cavernous void. But if you use the exhibit in front of you, through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and sustained. Knowledge of the bucket and its history will be the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn out here into the real world? Will you accept with an open mind that may be challenging with the information in this exhibit? Will you change your lives, the lives of yourself and your loved ones, as a result of this exhibit? Or you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were, in ignorance and darkness? Well, either way, that is about all the time we've got for this episode. We are going to examine, I guess, what is now the bucket exhibit. We will examine that tomorrow. Bye-bye!